Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today we are going to do another trial of the Mont satin acrylic. This was an intro set. They come in 18mm tubes. So last time I used the Mont acrylic medium gloss. But this time, seeing as I used most of that then, I'm using my Floetrol. And I've mixed this basically the same way as I would normally mix my Reeves acrylic. The only difference is that because it's a thinner paint to start with, there was less water required. So, I'm just going to use a little 45. Nancy Sinatra. Don't worry, it was ruined before I started. I have gessoed it to try and seal that lovely orange in, and we'll see how that goes. It's been gessoed for quite a long time. It's set for a very long time. So just like yesterday, I'm just going to do a flip cup. I have the last 4 colours that were in the set. So we have what did they call it? They called it lamp black. We've got yellow orange, we've got mid green, and we've got purple. Now one thing I wanted to point out was the purple, the label itself looks quite a light colour, but the actual purple is much darker than the label. So don't get, if you're going to use this, don't get distracted by the colour on the label. But then you pull out the green and it's almost perfect. And the orange, oops, let's go that way. Orange is pretty good as well. So it's only the purple that really I've gone, ugh. Oh, and the emerald green, I didn't like that at all. That's ugly. Not my colour. I'm sure somebody likes it. Right, so silicone. Let's do some silicone, some silly silicone. As per normal, I'm using my Durex Play Perfect Glide in the pink and black bottle. This is the one that's the dimethicone. The other one is the green bottle is not dimethicone. It's like got all sorts of weird things like aloe vera and stuff in it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of silicone only in the colours. I don't put silicone in my black or my white. And that's just personal choice. It's totally up to you. And so let's get down to it. I'm going to layer them and do a large number of layers. I'm going to put a little less black than all the others in, just because I can. Why do you do that? Because I can, because it's fun, because I wanna. Now that we're getting a bit more quantity in the pot, I'm gonna start pouring from higher and create some mixing. Alright. We've got some black left over, so if we need it, we can use it. Trying to stay out of the light. Ooh. Trying to stay out of the light. It is evening, and these days it gets dark. It's because it's heading into winter here in New Zealand. How does it get any better than that? So we're just going to do a flip. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoop! I've got a piece of sellotape across the hole in the back. Otherwise it would just be all pouring through the hole. Are we ready? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Ah! It's sticking! Mmm. I do like orange and black. They do look cool. Okay. Hello, silicone, where are you? So I'm just using the heat from the torch. I'm staying well away so I don't burn the paint. But what I'm doing is just slightly warming the paint, and that invites the silicone that's down inside to rise to the top, hopefully. And also pops any air bubbles that are hanging around. Now I've got a lot of cells over here, not that many over here, so my target is to keep the cells where we can, and when we need to get rid of excess paint, which it does look like we will because I've got a lot of paint on here. I did actually do a video on how to calculate how much paint you need for what size, and I never use it. Have you noticed? Oh, I like those cells. Let me put that down. So, as I said, this is mixed with Floetrol, which is what I normally mix my paints with, and it's behaving quite normally. I'm not at all concerned about the behaviour of it. Yesterday's video, I'd mixed it with their acrylic gloss medium, and I just put paint on my nose. And yeah, yesterday's wasn't a particularly good exercise. I put too much water into the emerald green, and that very quickly ruined it, in my opinion. So my apologies, it was not a good example. But I'm loving that purple coming up with the orange. That's cool. Just gonna get a little bit more of this orange off here. It's not, I'm not loving it. It's not got any pretty cells in it. It's being mean to me. Come on, if you want to stay there, you need pretty cells. Are you listening? Go on, pretty cells, here you come. I'm actually really liking this. This is given some really beautiful cells. It's got some really multi-dimensional cells down here. Let me get you down and show you what we've got. I'm just going to run my finger around and get the really big drips off the edge before I take my glove off to get you down. So I'm liking the purple and the orange and the green together. They look really good. Let's get you down. Okay. So let me show you some of the really cool cells that I really like. This one over here. It's like a green-eyed monster. It's even got two eyes. Only one of them bright though. It's like an alligator looking up through the pond. There's this purple snout with this little snifter holes. But we've got some cool little cells. Check those out. Well, they're quite big relatively. Put that little one down there. Sorry about my reflection going on. So I do like these cells. These are really cool. So it is going to depend on how this dries. The orange and green and black have made an interesting colour through here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that dries. Always be aware that acrylics tend to dry darker than they are when they're wet. So bear that in mind when you're mixing your colours, especially when you mix with something like Floetrol, which is white in the pot, but when it dries clear. So what you end up with is going to be a lot more pigmented than what it looks like here. Look at that multi-dimensional cell. It's so cool. I hope these look this cool when they dry. Come on, there we go. So there you go. I like it. I like it a lot. The paint was really easy to mix, being that slightly thinner consistency. You don't end up with quite so much clumping. And yeah, I am looking forward to seeing this one dry. How does it get any better than this? So I will see you in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so here she is all dry. Now when I go like this, you're going to see some wet spots, but that's the silicone sitting on top. You can see all that texturing from where the silicone came up. So that's an interesting thing that hasn't happened in my Reeves paint. I'm not sure I like it. But it is quite thick, and it's held its shape. It's held, look, there's that really cool little eye that I liked before, but it's got some really cool shapes. So this is the Mont mixed with Floetrol, and look at that multi layer cell. That's so cool. How does it get any better? So I'm pleased with this one. I'm really pleased with this one. Yeah, the Mont seems to do a great job. It does hold its shape, and you do get a bit more of that creasing, kind of divoting where the silicone came up. But hey, how does it get any better? What else is possible? And how much fun can you have? Come join us on Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group. Yay! And join me tomorrow morning if you are seeing this when I first post it. Tomorrow morning, Sunday morning New Zealand time. So 8 AM New Zealand time, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time or UTC. and check the link in the description for the time for me to go live. Come play. Come tell me what colours to do, what shapes to do, what creations to make. What magic can we create together? I adore you all. Have fun and see you soon.